When families go through the probate process in Florida, most mistakes don't happen because someone's careless. They happen because people are grieving, they're overwhelmed, and they're just trying to figure things out as they go. If you're watching this video because you have recently lost someone that you love, I'm truly sorry for your loss. Probate is not something that most people expect to deal with, and yet you're trying to do the right thing for your family during this very emotional time. One of the biggest mistakes that I see is waiting too long to start the probate process. This is completely understandable, but delays can create problems with unpaid bills, insurance lapses, property maintenance issues, and creditor deadlines. In Florida, probate has a specific timelines, so waiting too long often makes the process longer and more expensive than it needs to be. For a comprehensive list of everything you need to know about probate, click the link in the description. Another common mistake is assuming probate is not required. Many families believe that having a will means that probate can be avoided, but in reality, a will does not avoid probate, it simply gives instructions on how the probate is to be handled. And if assets, especially real estate, are titled solely in the deceased person's name, probate is usually required. I also see families struggle because they do not fully understand which assets go through probate and which do not. That confusion can lead to unnecessary filings or missed assets. In Florida, only assets owned solely by the deceased without a beneficiary designations go through the probate process, while trusts, jointly owned property rights, and rights of survivorship and accounts with named beneficiaries typically bypass that process. Another major mistake is trying to handle probate without the right legal help. In most Florida probate cases, especially formal administration, an attorney is required by law. And even when it's not required, mistakes with filings, deadlines, and creditor notices can cause delays and added stress later on. When money is involved, I often see mistakes in how estate finances are handled, such as mixing personal funds with estate funds, paying heirs too early, or paying the wrong bills in the wrong order. Under the Florida law, creditors and expenses must be handled before distributions are made. Otherwise, the personal representative can be personally liable. If there's a home involved, one of the biggest mistakes is letting the property sit vacant or unprotected. Vacant homes can quickly become a liability due to insurance costs, maintenance problems, or vandalism. Many homeowners insurance policies limit or exclude the coverage once a home becomes vacant. Another common issue is waiting too long to decide what to do with the home. Emotional attachment is completely normal, but delays often increase holding costs, slow down the probate, and reduce the final proceeds for their heirs. In many cases, selling the home during the probate is the most practical solution, but timing does matter. Poor communication between heirs is another mistake that causes unnecessary conflict. When expectations are unclear and updates are not being shared, misunderstandings can turn into disputes that slow the probate process down or even require court involvement. Families are often surprised by the total cost of probate. Attorney fees, court costs, personal representative fees, insurance taxes, property taxes, and more. Not planning for these costs can create stress and later slow the process down. And finally, one of the biggest mistakes is not asking questions early enough. Probate is unfamiliar territory for most people. Waiting until there's a problem usually limits options and increased costs, while early guidance almost always leads to better outcomes. Probate in Florida does not have to be overwhelming, but it does require timely decisions, proper guidance, and clear communication. My role is to help families understand their options, reduce stress, and move forward with confidence during a time when clarity matters most. If you have any questions or like a free, no obligation consultation, you can reach me at 904-544-5252.